Hello again. In this lecture, we will be discussing how to master the art of delegation to maximize the productivity of you and your team. Learning how to delegate effectively is the key to leveraging yourself and multiplying your value to your company. Delegation allows you to move from what you can personally do to what you can manage, and is one of the most important and effective management skills. Without the ability to delegate effectively, it's impossible for you to advance in management to higher positions of responsibility. Delegation is not only about maximizing your own productivity and value, it is also about maximizing the productivity of your staff. Your job as a manager is to get the highest return on the company's investment in people. Delegation is the means by which you bring out the very best in the people that you have. The task-relevant maturity of your staff is how long they have been on the job and how competent they are. It is what determines your method of delegation. Low task-relevant maturity means that your employees are new and inexperienced in the job. In this case, you use a direct delegation style. You tell people exactly what you want them to do. Medium task-relevant maturity means your staff has experience in the job. They know what they are doing. In this case, use the effective management by objectives delegation method. Tell people the end result that you want, and then get out of their way and let them do it. High task-relevant maturity is when the staff person is completely experienced and competent. Your method of delegation in this case is simply easy interaction. Now, there are 7 essential steps of effective management and delegation that you'll need to know before beginning. The first is to pick the right person. Picking the wrong person for a key task is a major reason for failure. The second is to match the requirements of the job to the abilities of the person. Be sure that the person you delegate the task to is capable of doing the job well. Step 3 is to delegate effectively to the right person. This frees you to do more things of higher value. The more of your essential tasks that you can teach and delegate to others, the greater the time you will have to do the things that only you can do. The fourth step involves delegating smaller tasks to newer staff to build their confidence and competence. Step 5 is delegating the entire job. 100% responsibility for a task is a major performance motivator. The more often you assign responsibilities to the right people, the more competent they become. For step 6, you want to delegate clear outcomes. Make them measurable. If you can't measure it, you can't manage it. Explain what is to be done, how you think it should be done, and the reasons for doing this job in the first place. Let's take the following example. If I say to an employee, put together a report on client X, that's leaving the desired outcome very unclear. If I were to adjust my request to put together a monthly report on client X that I can deliver to them on Friday, that's semi-clear, but the content of the report is still vague. They could send back a perfectly good report that excludes the key metrics that I was looking to discuss with the client. The best way to phrase this delegated task would be, put together a monthly report on client X that I can deliver to them on Friday. The report should touch on recent developments A, B, and C, as well as our primary KPIs. You should also explain why you need this job done in the first place so the employees know why what they're doing is important. And the final step is to delegate with participation and discussion. Invite questions and be open to suggestions. There's a direct relationship between how much people are invited to talk about the job and how much they understand it, accept it, and become committed to doing it well. You need to delegate in such a way that people walk away feeling, this is my job, I own it, I'm responsible. Most of the stress that you experience in your work life comes from working on low priority tasks. The amazing discovery is that as soon as you start working on your highest value activities, all your stress disappears and you immediately become more productive. Remember, when delegating, you want to practice management by exception. Set clear goals, standards, and deadlines for the delegated task. A job without a deadline is merely a discussion. Then, tell people to come back to you only if they have a problem. If they are on schedule and on budget, they do not need to report. You can assume that they have the job under control. The key to growing your people is learning how to delegate and develop your effective management skills. When you learn how to delegate effectively with a few staff members, you will soon be given more people to delegate to, plus greater responsibilities as a result of your delegation and effective management skills.